Welcome back. Let's see another question. Yes, so let's look at the question. So they say the measurement of pressure and specific humidity from a radio zoned ascent is shown in the table below. Calculate the precipitable water in a column of air up to 600 level and the amount of rainfall. As in 65% of it would fall, that 65% of the precipitable water will fall. You need to calculate the rainfall. Yes, so first of all, we need to take note of the statement up to the 600 level. So when you see that, it means that that 600 level is your Pn plus 1. Remember this formula. When you are finding the change in pressure, when you are finding the change in pressure, it's for Pn minus what? Pn plus 1. So in this case, when you subtract this from this, mean that you end. You don't touch this guy. You don't touch this guy. You don't use it for anything. Do you get it? Alright, so you have to take note of that. So let's go into the so you need to continue the table. Let's continue the table. Continuing the table. The first thing that we look at is the change in pressure. And we know so the change in pressure is given by Pn minus Pn plus 1. So when we are standing here, this is our Pn. And these are Pn plus 1, right? So it's simply 1,006 minus what the 920, right? That is what 86. When we come here, this now becomes our Pn, and this becomes our Pn plus 1. So this becomes 920 minus 800, and that is what 120, right? Then we move on, then we come here. So when we come in, this becomes our Pn, this becomes our Pn. Have you seen that? So it continues that way. So that side is going to be 800 minus what? Minus 740, and that is 40. And when we come here, it's going to be 740 minus 700, that is what? 40. When we come here, 700 minus 60, that will be what? 40. Then when we come here, this is our Pn, this is our Pn plus 1. Now the question said we should end up to the 600 level, and I've already explained it earlier. So we will end here. We will end here. So this is going to be 660 minus 600, and that is 60, and that will be the end. Mean that we will not come here because when we come here becomes P and here becomes P and blah blah. Mean that we are going to use this, so we will not go there. So this is where we end. This is where we end at Pn plus 1. Then we come to the mean pressure, specific humidity, and that is given by Qn plus Qn plus 1 over 2. So the first one we have 14.00 plus 13.4 divided by 2, that is 13.7. And the next one 13.40 plus 10.20, that is 11 divided by 2, that is 11.8. The next one 10.20 and 1 plus 9.40 divided by 2, that is what? 9.8. The next one 9.40 plus 7.20 divided by 2, that is what? 8.3. And next one 7.20, we are here. The 7.20 plus 6.60 divided by 2, that's 6 points. That's 6.9. Then we have 6.6 plus 5.6, that's what? 6.1. 6.1. Now I think we made a mistake here. This side is supposed to be 800 minus 740, and that is 60. So this is 60. So we have that. Remember, because we are ending on this level, that's why we are not exceeding, we are not coming to this lane. Are you okay? Then we find the product of what? This and what? Sorry, the product of the change in pressure and the mean, right? And so we are going to have 86 by 13.7, that is 117.1178.2. Then 120 by 118 is 1416. Then 60 by 9.8 is 588. Then 40 by 8.3 is 332. Then 40 by 6.9 is 276. Then 60 by 6.1 is 366. Right? So 60 by 6.1. So we have that in place. Then we find the sum. So we need the sum. So we need a sum. So the sum of the product, the sum of the product, right? So we want the sum of the product, which will be equal to 1178.2 plus 1416 plus 588 plus 332 plus 276 plus 366. So the product, the sum rather. So the sum will be, so we are going to get the sum to be equal to 4156.2. So that will be the sum. So the precipitable water given by the formula then times the sum of the products. So we are going to get 0.1 over 9.81 times the sum, which is 4156.2, and this will be equal to, we are going to get 42.367 millimeters. Then the amount of rainfall. So it said that 65% of it will fall as rain. So the amount of rainfall will be equal to 65% of the what precipitable water. So 65 over 100 times 42.367, and so we are going to get, the amount of rainfall to be 27.539 millimeters. So that is the amount of rainfall. Thank you very much for watching. The next video will be coming up next. Bye.